Praise the Lord. Today I would like to discuss a condensed summary of the book of Numbers. The book of Numbers. This is the fourth book in the Bible, and we're gonna discuss the summary of the book of Numbers. This is called the book of pilgrimage of Israel. And the name the book of Numbers is it's derived from the numbering of Israel. In this book, the two times they were numbering the people in Israel. And officially first 5 books in the Bible are written by Moses. Is commonly accepted one. It's a Pentateuch. The 5 books of the Bible is written by Moses. And the central lesson of this book, unbelief bars the entrance to abundant life. Unbelief bars to entrance to abundant life. And the main theme of this book is the book derived its name from the fact that it records the two great numbering and orders of children of Israel. So there are two main numbering is the one of the theme in this book. So one in the second year after the Exodus. So after they get Exodus, the numbering start just after one in the second year after the Exodus, and the second one is at the end of wilderness wandering immediately before the entrance to Canaan. Just before entrance to the Canaan they were numbering. So the numbering takes up the story of Israel from Egypt to Canaan where Exodus left it, and is the book of wilderness consequent to the failure of Israel in refusing to enter the Canaan at Kadesh. So Numbers take up to the story of Israel from the Egypt to Canaan where Exodus left it, and is the book of wilderness consequent to the failure of Israel in refusing to enter the Canaan at Kadesh. And we can clearly see that one to the Genesis to Exodus, typically it is the book of service and work of Israel before Jehovah, as the book of Genesis is the book of beginning. So these 5 books basically talking about the service and work of Israel before Jehovah. And the book of Genesis is the book of beginning and of the creation and the fall of man. The main theme of the book of Genesis is the beginning. The beginning there was God created earth and heaven. So beginning, creation, fall of man. The second book is Exodus, is the book of redemption for God's people. So second book is Exodus, is the book of redemption for God's people. And third one is as Leviticus, is the book of worship and fellowship with Jehovah in his typical redemption program. Third book is Leviticus, is the book of worship and fellowship with Jehovah in his typical redemption program. And the fourth book is we are now Numbers. The book of Numbers also records the various new laws for Israel in view of her immediate entrance to Canaan. So Numbers is also various new laws for the Israel in view of her immediate entrance into the Canaan. So what we were discussing about, there were two numbering. One is in the second years after the Exodus, and the other at the end of the wilderness wandering immediately before entrance to the Canaan. Some of the leading topics and events happening is organization and legislation, some leaving for Exodus, the mixed multitude, Lot and manna, the discouragement of Moses, the 70 elders appointed in this book, the quails and the jealousy of Miriam and Aaron also can hear. The failure at Kadesh or before entering to the Canaan was the sending of spies and their reports. We can see that when the Joshua and Caleb were saying about the one report and the remaining people were saying about other report. The rebellion of the people and the curse pronounced upon them. So the whole generation doomed. The rebellion of the people and the curse pronounced upon them, the whole generation doomed. The events connected with the 40 years wandering in the wilderness, then the return to Kadesh, Barna, the sin of Moses and the death of Aaron, the brazen serpent. So it's a reflection of that serpent. Moses raised that serpent to win the battle, and Balaam the mercenary prophet and the corruption of Israel, the numbering of new generation, sundry laws concerning inheritance, offering feasts, wolves, the judgment of Midian, the assignment of the land east of Jordan, the cities of refuge. The basically, I was talking about some random topic like organizing legislation and leaving or mixed multitude of manna, discouragement of Moses, and also the spies. They're sending the spies and their reports and the rebellion activities. These are some things. So the Messianic type in this book, how to reflect the Jesus Christ in this book, that the three different way. The first one is the smitten rock. The Moses was beaten that one. So chapter 20 verses 7 verses 11 is connected to the first Corinthians 10 verses 4, that about the smitten rock. That means um, the son of um, man will rise, like how Moses rises the brazen serpent. That's the second one is the brazen serpent. The first one was the smitten rock, and the second one is brazen serpent. Chapter 21 verses 6 to 9 is connecting word is John 3 verses 14, and the third one is the cities of refuge. So chapter 35 and Hebrews 6 verses 18. So smitten rock, brazen serpent, and the city of refuge. And the last topic in this book is the seven murmuring in this book. That's more important right now. And also pray that one to God, please don't allow this murmuring in our life. The first one is concerning the way. Chapter 11 verses 1 to 3 says that they were murmuring concerning the way. The second one is chapter 4 verse 6 says, second, concerning the food. And third one, concerning the giants, chapter 13 verses 33. And fourth one is concerning their leaders, chapter 16 verses 3. And fifth one, concerning the divine judgment, chapter 16 verses 41. And sixth one is concerning the desert. And seventh one is chapter 20 verses 2 to 5. Seventh one is the second time concerning the manna. So concerning the way, concerning the food, concerning the giants, concerning their leaders, concerning the divine judgment, concerning the desert, and the second time concerning the manna. So in conclusion, the book of Numbers are the fourth book in the Bible, and it's written by Moses because it's a category of Pentateuch book. The main theme is unbelief bars the entrance to the abundance life, and here again we can see the two different kind of numbering happening in this book. And also mainly this book is talking about the numbering, and some of the when then we discuss about the Messianic type, the smitten rock, brazen serpent, and cities of refuge. Then seven murmuring we were discussed, and also some random topic including the failure of Kadesh, that were in the failure of Kadesh where the sending of the spies and the report, and the 10 people were saying the another report against God, the rebellion of the people and the curse pronounced upon them, the whole generation doomed. The event connected to the 40 years wandering in the wilderness, the return to the Kadesh Barna, the city sins of Moses and the death of Aaron, the brazen serpent, Balaam, the numbering of the new generation, sundry laws concerning inheritance, offering the feast vows, the judgment of Midian, the assignment of the land east of the Jordan, the cities of refuge. God bless you with this verse. Amen.